Okay, season's greetings, one and all, and welcome once again to Tom's Hit Parade Live. Tonight is the second of my two holiday specials for the year 2021. I hope you guys are all having a great holiday season. You just missed my first holiday special. It was 2 days ago. You can watch it on my channel, obviously. So yes, doing versions of the same two things I did a couple of nights ago. I have a holiday now and then, a holiday album from this year, a new release, as well as one from years past. And also, I will be talking about doing the second annual 12 Discs of Christmas, 12 CDs, holiday CDs I listen to at random, and I'm going to talk to you about them, just tell you what I think of them. And a special little thing in between those two features that I thought might be a little fun little thing. I'll reveal that when it happens. I don't want to spoil that for you. But first of all, anyway, let's get our notes ready first. Why don't we? I actually have them called up. I just have to put them on screen. So let's, excuse me. First of all, head into my holiday now and then. For now, we're going to be talking about Kelly Clarkson's second holiday album and her first album in 8 years, When Christmas Comes Around. Yes, as with her previous holiday album, this one is made up of about half original songs and half traditional songs or covers. The big single is Christmas Isn't Canceled, Just You, along with the opening track, Merry Christmas Baby. Both of those are bouncy and upbeat originals, at least in terms of the instrumentals. Christmas Isn't Canceled, Just You is, as the title implies, kind of a breakup song. And it may be a comment on how politically charged our minds have been lately, or at least mine, in that I suspected it was, because of its title, a bit of a dig against the right-wing element that keeps falsely claiming that the liberals want to cancel Christmas or declare war on Christmas, which is complete bunk. But then I should have known Kelly would avoid anything like that, kind of like with holiday gatherings. You don't want to get into political stuff unless you absolutely positively know everybody at the holiday gathering is on your side. And anyway, keeping it a neutral holiday song in the spirit of things. And I should have known she was going to do that. The features are consistently good on this album. She duets with Ariana Grande on Santa Can Hear Me and with country star Brett Eldredge on Under the Mistletoe, which is one of 3 bonus tracks on the deluxe version, by the way, and I actually did pick up the deluxe version. The third feature, Glow, is perhaps my favorite original on the album. It offers yet another bouncy instrumental as well as excellent vocal chemistry between Kelly and guest vocalist Chris Stapleton. Blessed is another original and one of the few ballads, and again it is outstanding since ballads are usually the best showcase for Kelly's exceptional vocal abilities. You gotta admit she has one of the best voices in the business, honestly. And American Idol started out crowning its first winner with a doozy of a vocalist, you gotta admit. As with the originals, I found the covers enjoyable more often than not. I guess I should have said as with the covers. Me with my note writing, it can be imperfect sometimes. I found the covers enjoyable more often than not. She does a good job on both Jingle Bell Rock and Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, but I was kind of hoping she would combine them both into a medley. Since they've always seemed to go together, in my opinion, and I know that I have seen one medley of those two songs somewhere on one holiday album, but that's pretty much the only time I've ever seen it. And it's like, I wish they would do it more, just because I want to hear a medley of the two songs. What can I say? It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas is very short, but well done. All I Want for Christmas Is You is another of the 3 bonus tracks, but it is not a cover of the Mariah Carey song, as I, of course, originally thought when I read the track listing. You can't help but think that as huge and ubiquitous as that song is. This one is actually a country song originally released by Vince Vance and the Valiants in 1989. The closest Kelly comes to missing the mark is when she gives Last Christmas, made famous by George Michael and Wham, a torchy small jazz combo treatment, which mostly works, but not totally. There's just something that doesn't quite fit about that. I'm not sure what it is. I guess it might have worked better in an adult contemporary arrangement, maybe. I frankly never cared much for the song Santa Baby. Eartha Kitt's original version is just about the only good one out there, honestly. Never cared for that song overall, especially since I've become more aware of the overemphasis on Christmas consumerism. And that's kind of what it's about. It's like, give me these gifts, Santa, come on. Which is, just the message of the song, I have a minor problem with it. What can I say? But yeah, overall, I was very happy to pick this one up. I actually picked this one up. It was a couple months ago when we were having lunch with my aunt and uncle at a Cracker Barrel restaurant, and in their gift shop, the CD was there. So I decided, what the heck? It was an impulse buy. Picked it up, but the impulse that I acted on was pretty good, I have to say. It was worth picking up. So water break, just a moment, please. One moment, please. Anyway, so Kelly Clarkson and When Christmas Comes Around, that was now, and this is then. My Christmas by Andrea Bocelli, released in 2009. My first serious listen to Andrea Bocelli was this album, since I've never been crazy about opera, and I'll tell you how I came into this album in just a few minutes because it kind of leads into my second segment on this video. I'm aware of his reputation as a spectacular vocalist, and spoiler alert, it's well earned. He has a heck of a voice. But plus, I'd received the CD along with a couple dozen others as a gift from a friend. As I said, I'll tell you about in a few minutes. So I had no excuse not to give this album a try. The guest list on this track listing is the first thing that intrigued me. Everyone from Natalie Cole and the Mormon Tabernacle Choir to the Muppets and Reba McEntire shows up on this album. Yeah, interesting combos. The former two are fantastic, as you would expect, and I'll get to the latter in just a minute. But the other thing that impressed me was how deftly Bocelli handles multiple languages. On most of the songs, he sings at least 2 languages each. English and his native Italian, of course, are the most common. But on O Tannenbaum, for example, I hear Italian, English, German, and maybe one other language. I can't tell if it's a separate language or if it's just another verse in Italian. It sounds like Italian, so it could be either. Cantique de Noël, which we know as O Holy Night, throws French into the mix, as suggested by the title. And to me, and I think I've mentioned this before on my channel, a multilingual album only adds to its appeal. So yeah, it's just an excellent, excellent album. I was fearing the worst on 3 particular songs on this album, since a voice like Bocelli's works best with carols and traditional songs. Okay, just a minute, sorry. Sorry, folks, I've lost power on my monitor. Hang on. That's what's wrong. Sorry. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Have the setup on my monitor. That's the noise that I heard last night, I think. So I may have to fix things. Hopefully it will last the rest of today, this thing. Monitor's okay. It just, for a second. Okay, where was I? Sorry about that. Here we go. Sorry. I had no monitor, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't read my notes. Couldn't do anything. Anyway, where were we? I was fearing the worst on 3 particular songs on this album, since a voice like Bocelli's works best with carols and traditional songs, but Santa Claus is Coming to Town is saved by the children's choir that backs him up. Jingle Bells is given an added charm by the Muppets, although just in the background, none of them sing solo on that song. And you wouldn't think that a country or blues song like Blue Christmas would work at all. But Reba is so likable and such a great singer, and the fact that it's done in a ballad arrangement served it really well, I thought. So yes, unexpectedly, songs that I thought were going to be kind of disasters ended up being pretty good on this album. The album closes with 2 very nice songs, both of which have that universal goodwill to our fellow humans kind of message. which I think may be my favorite type of holiday song. Fellow opera singer Katherine Jenkins joins him on I Believe, and God Bless Us Everyone was written for the 2009 film adaptation of A Christmas Carol, as suggested by the title. So yes, all in all, I was very pleasantly surprised, as I said, by this album. Very, very good. Andrea Bocelli, My Christmas, is this album. So yes, excellent Christmas album. So I hope you enjoyed that holiday now and then. Okay, I'm going to pause for just one more moment. Make sure this stupid thing doesn't go out again. I think for now it's going to be okay. Gorilla Tape isn't as strong as they say it is. Yes, the transformer for my monitor I have taped to the inside wall of my desk well with Gorilla Tape. Unfortunately, it came loose, and so the weight of it pulled the one end of the plug out, and poof, off went my monitor. That's what happened. That's why I ducked out of sight for a few minutes. Anyway, I thought it would be an interesting second segment here to do a little fun, quick little list of 5 items. Well, 10 items actually, but 5 artists. I'll just say right there. And these are, it's something I got to thinking recently when I looked at my holiday CDs. And I thought I would share with you 5 artists whose first album I listened to was a holiday album, and kind of got me into exploring their discography to varying degrees after that. So the first one, as I mentioned, is Andrea Bocelli. And obviously the first album I listened to of his was My Christmas. And I enjoyed it so much that I decided to pick up, and this one I picked up so recently that I have not listened to it yet, but it's an album that when I got to looking at his discography on Wikipedia, I saw an album that included guest vocals by Josh Groban, Ed Sheeran, and Dua Lipa. Yes, and that album is C. His 2018 album, I believe it is. Yes, 2018. So haven't listened to it yet, but I am definitely looking forward to it. You know, if he made likable songs out of guest shots with Reba McEntire and the Muppets, I think he's going to do just fine with Ed Sheeran and Dua Lipa. So we shall find out. I will probably talk about that one in a future video, just to tell you what I think of it. The next one is, I believe I talked about this one in my 12 CDs of Christmas last year, Chris Isaak, Christmas. I had tried Chris Isaak out a long time ago, years and years ago, and he just didn't click with me for whatever reason. But I loved the, what do you call it, the 50s revival rockabilly kind of stuff. Yeah, it's pretty much rockabilly, the style that he was predominant on this Christmas album. And that led me to, as I've mentioned in a few recent videos, check out Chris Isaak's discography more. And so one of the albums I picked up was Heart-Shaped World. This has his big hit, is it Wicked Game? I think is his big hit. But yeah, good stuff. And, you know, some of the albums are a little bit more ballad-centric, and other ones are a little more upbeat and lively. So yeah, good stuff. This next artist, their Christmas album was in my sister's CD collection that I inherited from her. And this is an a cappella group that is probably better known for their holiday albums than anything else, but it's not Pentatonics. It is Straight No Chaser. I actually have both of their holiday albums, and I can't remember if both of them were in my sister's collection or just one, and I bought the other one on my own. But yes, this is their album Holiday Spirits. A little alcohol pun there, for if you will. And so I enjoyed that one so much, I decided to pick up their album Under the Influence. And this one has probably the most greatest number of guest appearances on it of any of their albums. And the print is so darn small I can barely read it. Sarah Bareilles is on here, so that scores big points with me. I'm a big Bareilles fan. Phil Collins, Stevie Wonder, Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. So, and most of the guest appearances are on songs that those artists originally performed that they do Straight No Chaser does renditions of. So kind of cool idea. And then this next one you saw recently, if you saw my favorite albums of the 2000s countdown. This one was #1 in my holiday albums. This is Yo-Yo Ma with Friends, songs of joy and peace. A multitude of guest artists on here from jazz and pop and bluegrass and even other genres beyond that. So yeah, great album, great holiday album. Check out my I think I call it my fringe albums of the 2000s for a little bit more detail on that. And that got me to pick up the Essential Yo-Yo Ma. This was actually used at Epic Seconds for, was it $6? So 2 discs. So yeah, good stuff. And he has collaborated with John Williams, my favorite film composer, a couple of times. And I think even 1 or 2 of those tracks with John Williams are on that compilation. But yes, an excellent cellist, and he has won a ridiculous amount of Grammys and possibly even Oscars. So yes, one of the biggest award-winning classical artists out there. And then lastly on my list is a jazz artist, and again, this CD was in my sister's CD collection. Chris Botti, a jazz trumpet player. This is his album December, his holiday album. Lots of good stuff on here, and I think this might have also been in my 12 CDs of Christmas last year. So yes, very, very good stuff, and that prompted me to pick up his best of album, The Very Best of Chris Botti. Lots of good stuff. Smooth jazz is basically his realm. So yeah, good stuff, I must say. So that takes care of that stuff. And then, oh look, another pile of CDs. And yes, there happen to be 12 CDs in here. What a coincidence. Actually, no, it's not a coincidence. I'm doing the 12 discs of Christmas. So hopefully I'll remember to actually recite the numbers this time, which I forgot to do with my 12 tapes of Christmas a couple of nights ago. I still hate myself for not doing that. But anyway, on with the festivity. Oh, actually, it's only 20 minutes into the hour. This video is going to end kind of quickly, isn't it? But hey, it's my second video this week, so I deserve to. I shouldn't have to run the entire hour if I'm doing 2 videos a week, right? You're not paying for it, so hey, what the heck? Anyway, oh, water break again real quick. Hang on. Sorry. Yeah, that was pretty scary a few minutes ago. I thought my monitor had completely bitten the dust, and this monitor is less than 6 months old, so that would have ticked me off. Yes, it would have ticked me off. Sorry. Fun with Christmas hats. Anyway, on to a little preamble before I actually get started with my 12 discs of Christmas. The ones last year, about half of them were from a box of random holiday CDs that Skip, formerly of Skip's Records and CD World, sent to me. I had mentioned he had posted on Facebook about a month before the holiday a huge stack of copies of a single Kenny G holiday album. And I said, hey, do you think you could spare one of those? And next thing I know, I said that just as a joke, and next thing I know, he sends me a box of, well, I think it was either 10 or 12 holiday albums. And I recorded the opening of the box because I didn't know what was in there, so I wanted to make it a fun video. And I ended up deleting the video before I even posted it, edited it or posted it to my channel. But I decided to make last year's 12 discs of Christmas about half those CDs, and the other half were random CDs from my own collection. So to make a long story even longer, that's how that one came about. But this year's 12 discs of Christmas, about a month ago, we went up to, was it Salem? Yeah, I think it was Salem, to visit my mom's friend Sue, the same one who gave me the cassette collection back in last spring. And it was her birthday, so we went up there with a couple of little gifts to give to her. And she gives me a box of holiday CDs, Christmas CDs that she didn't want anymore. So yeah, we go up to visit her, and she's the one that gives me a gift, a surprise gift. So, not that I'm not grateful for, or appreciative of it and stuff, but it's like, come on, girl, it's your birthday. So yes, I ended up bringing him home. It was what, 50 or 60 holiday CDs, I think. Must have been. I kept about half of them. The rest of them were kind of weird stuff that I knew I wasn't going to have any interest in. So I was able to do this video for the purposes of this video, take care of a good little chunk of those, and I guess I will have enough to do another one or two 12 CDs of Christmas before I can get all those whittled down. So anyway, intro over. Let's go ahead and get started. On the first day of Christmas, the CD played by me was Christina Aguilera, My Kind of Christmas. And I've got to say, I'm doing these in rough order of least favorite to most favorite. And yeah, Christina's got a really good voice. It's just that she does the vocal runs, her vocal acrobatics and showboating a little too much. It kind of, it gets a little tired after a while. Getting through an entire album of hers can be a little tedious unless she dials that stuff back. But still, some fun stuff on here. I can't pick particular highlights on here. She does a couple of original songs, and the traditional carols and stuff are a little bit overwrought with her vocal acrobatics and stuff, like "Oh Holy Night," which is one of my more favorite traditional carols. She rings that one rings a little bit more life out of that one than she needs to, but not bad. I will probably keep this. I'll probably keep all these CDs. But anyway, on the second day of Christmas, the CD played by me was "Sing We Now of Christmas" by the Roger Wagner Chorale. It's a chorus, a choir of Christmas songs. It's kind of what you expect. It's nothing unusual other than what you would expect, is what I'm trying very clumsily to say. It's pretty much all traditional songs. "O Tannenbaum," "Good King Wenceslas," "What Child Is This?" "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," "It Came Upon a Midnight Clear." Very nicely done. Christmas choirs are very pretty. And this is, being the Roger Wagner Chorale, it's kind of the old style stuff, throwback choral stuff. So I'm not sure when this album was recorded. I probably should have looked it up. So I don't know if it's a modern rendition of the Roger Wagner Chorale, or if it's old recordings that they recycled into this greatest hits collection. I don't know. Anyway, on the third day of Christmas, the CD played by me was an MTV TRL Christmas. Yay. Teen pop holiday songs from, of course, Total Request Live, the music video program back in the 90s, 2000s. And there's a lot of artists that would appear on MTV back then on this album. NSYNC, Sugar Ray, Blink-182, Simple Plan. Weezer performs the Christmas song. And we got Smash Mouth. We got Jimmy Fallon. He does a song called Snowball. It's an interesting choice here. And another rather weird selection that I don't think they ever appeared on TRL was Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They do the last track on here, Christmas Canon. So I don't know. That might have just been one that they threw on there. I would assume that the Trans-Siberian Orchestra is on the Atlantic label, because that's the label that this compilation is on. But yeah, TLC, Christina Aguilera again. POD, Biff Naked, LFO. So I've mentioned before that contemporary R&B and teen pop are two of my least favorite genres for holiday music. They just tend to make slightly gaudy interpretations of holiday songs. But hey, what can you say? And this one actually, I think, was in one of my bargain bags. Yes, if I remember correctly, that one was in one of my bargain bags. The vast majority of these were from Sue's very thoughtful holiday gift. This next one, this one is one of those. It is Winter Wonderland by Point of Grace. This is a contemporary Christian quartet of female vocalists. Very nice voices on these ladies. They blend together very, very well. And I am normally not fond of Christian artists, but honestly, when you're talking holiday albums, you've got to have a tolerance for Christian stuff, because that's where most holiday songs came from. Let's face it. They do a few traditional songs. I couldn't tell you which ones they are, but they of course do their fair share. It's probably more than half traditional carols, Winter Wonderland, Jingle Bells, the Santa medley, which includes Here Comes Santa Claus, Frosty the Snowman, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's a very nice one, actually. I really enjoyed that medley. And a couple of... they do Little Town, which is an interpretation of O Little Town of Bethlehem. And I liked it. It kind of has a bit of a modern time signature, kind of like... Who is it that I'm thinking of? Mannheim Steamroller. That's what that brought to mind, was kind of that the tempo that they kind of like to do, that upbeat tempos on songs. So yes, that's what that reminded me of. That one I really enjoyed. And they do a couple of other 3 or 4 original songs. So yeah, since I had a lot to say about this one, apparently I enjoyed it. Yes, I did. Fun with Santa hats. And then we have another compilation here, and this one was in Sue's collection. Do You Hear What I Hear? Collection of Women of Christmas, as you can see is the subtitle here. Some contemporary, teen pop-oriented artists, a couple of American Idol associated artists, and some other ones. We have everyone from Celine Dion and Susan Boyle and Kristen Chenoweth to Christina Aguilera, Jessica Simpson, Whitney Houston, and then we have the American Idol fans will not be disappointed with this, because we've got Kelly Clarkson, Jordan Sparks, and Kelly Pickler on here as well. So a nice selection of female artists in here. So yeah, very happy to have that one in my collection. So yeah. Shoot, I forgot to do the days on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was on the 5th day of Christmas. That was a CD played by me. On the 6th day of Christmas, the CD played by me was... I'm getting spotty. What can I say? Next year I'll do better. On the 6th day of Christmas, the CD played by me was Etta James' 12 Songs of Christmas. This one I might have put a little bit further down or further ahead in the stack, because this one actually ended up being a little bit of a disappointment. As you might recall, when I opened this one in a bargain bag, I want to say it was like the August or September bargain bag, I was really kind of excited to see it, because I was like, ooh, Etta James. I love Etta James' classic stuff. But yeah, this one was obviously recorded in her later years. And yeah, just for some reason, I felt a little bit lacking in this album. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, pretty much everything on here is traditional songs. Winter Wonderland, Merry Christmas Baby, This Time of Year. That might be an original song. The title is not familiar. Santa Claus is Coming to Town, White Christmas, The Little Drummer Boy, etc., etc. So, yeah, I was glad to finally be able to hear it after holding on to it for a few months, because I don't listen to holiday music till after Thanksgiving hits. But yeah, not bad. I'll hold on to it at least for now. And then on the 7th day of Christmas, the CD played by me was All I Want for Christmas is a Really Good Tan by Kenny Chesney. And this one I actually got at a thrift store in Oklahoma when I was visiting Noah and Alyssa. And yeah, Kenny Chesney is one of the country artists that I've kind of gotten into recently. A couple of excellent albums in his more recent discography, gotta say. And yeah, good stuff on here. What can I say? He injects his sense of humor into a couple of these songs. The title track, of course, and Christmas in Dixie. That one was okay. Thank God for Kids. That's kind of a cute song. He also does a cover of the Willie Nelson song Pretty Paper with Willie Nelson as a guest artist on here. So very good stuff. And The Angel at the Top of My Tree. That was another pretty song. So yeah, that was pretty much an equal mix of originals and traditional songs. On the 8th day of Christmas, yes, I can count, the CD played by me was And Winter Came by Enya. I was very impressed by this one. Enya's albums can be kind of hit or miss. I like her 2 or 3 of her early albums, but her later albums kind of didn't find a whole lot to like on them. But this one is actually very, very nice. And there was a song here that I really enjoyed, a couple of songs. But darn it, I did not keep notes. So I would not be able to tell you Wouldn't be able to tell you which ones they were, but it's worth a listen. If you like that slightly new agey, semi-Celtic stuff, if you like Enya, you'll like this album if you like holiday stuff too. So, Stars at Midnight Blue, I think that was one of the songs that I enjoyed. And Dreams Are More Precious. Yeah, this one is mostly, almost entirely original songs. So, yeah. A unique listening experience from Enya. And very good. That was one of them that was in the collection that I got from Sue. So thank you, Sue, for all the good holiday music. And on the 9th day of Christmas, the CD played by me was December by Kenny Loggins. And you kind of, I was going to say you kind of know what to expect from a Kenny Loggins Christmas album, but maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. This was kind of what I was expecting, mostly quiet, subdued, balladish kind of Christmas holiday songs. But yeah, not a whole lot to say about this one. I probably could have put this one a little bit further down in the countdown because I can't think of a whole lot to say about it. Yeah, about half originals and half traditional songs. That's what I'm trying to say. Chestnuts Roasting on Open Fire is on here. The Coventry Carol, that one you don't see on a whole lot of holiday albums. And On Christmas Morning, and I think that one's an original. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And his voice is just as good as it always is on this album. This was in 1998 or something like that. Yeah, 1998. The copyright indicia is so small on here that I can't read it. And then this next one, actually, let me take a... On the 10th day of Christmas, the CD played by me was the Christmas Album Volume 2 by Neil Diamond. I actually had, and I can't remember how I came into it, the Christmas Album Volume 1 of his, and have it on CD. And so this was, I think that one was in my sister's collection. And so it was a very nice surprise to have Volume 2 in the collection that Sue gave me. So, and actually, I think this was also in, there was a cassette version of this in the cassette haul that Sue gave me. So apparently she and her late husband liked Neil Diamond. So, yeah. And kind of like Kenny Loggins, Neil Diamond is one of those artists that you know you're going to get pretty enjoyable stuff. Neil Diamond has an unexpected, what am I trying to say? A voice that, unmistakable voice. That's what I'm trying to, my brain is just not with it. My brain's already on holiday, apparently. But, yeah, Joy to the World, Mary's Little Boy Child, Deck the Halls, and We Wish You a Merry Christmas are presented in a medley on here. Very, very nice one. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I'll Be Home for Christmas, Oh Come All Ye Faithful, Angels We Have Heard on High. So yes, this is almost pretty much entirely classic stuff. Candlelight Carol is a song whose title I don't recognize, so that might be an original. But yes, I don't think I have ever been disappointed in a Neil Diamond album. Of course, I think these two holiday albums are the only studio albums of his that I have. Otherwise, I just have that the Essential Neil Diamond 2-disc collection. So he's a pretty dependable artist, you got to admit. On the 11th day of Christmas, the CD played by me was What a Night, a Christmas album by Harry Connick Jr. And I already had Harry Connick Jr. holiday CD that was in my sister's collection. Yes, I can't win with the glare tonight. I get either the my computer screen or the light here, so I kind of have to hold it at an angle like that. But so yes, this was the second holiday album of Harry Connick Jr.'s that I got. He actually has 3 in his discography. And this one is just as enjoyable as his first. I had, the first one that I have was in my sister's collection. I can't remember if I said that or not. And yes, and, as you might expect with Harry Connick Jr., kind of does the New Orleans jazz kind of thing with most of the songs. He does a rendition of the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies, which is kind of an unexpected thing for a Harry Connick Jr. album. And Have a Holly Jolly Christmas, as you can expect with that one, he does a really good job on that. And It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, the Andy Williams standard. He kicks off the album with that. And Is That You, Santa Claus? A jazz song. And another song on here called Santa-rific, which I think is, as I recall, is an original song. So, yes, I can always count on, excuse me, Harry Connick Jr.'s albums. They used to be really hit or miss with me. I had, and still to this day, I really have kind of a spotty accumulation of his discography. But I've come to appreciate him more and more, and I have actually gone back and rebought a couple of his CDs that I had bought and gotten rid of once before, and have discovered new charm in them that I hadn't heard before. So Harry Connick Jr. has been growing on me, and in fact, after I got this one, I saw at Epic Seconds they had for, I think it was $2.50, the last Harry Connick Jr. holiday album that I didn't have yet. So I picked it up. It's like, I might as well have a complete set, right? If I've already got 2 out of the 3, why not find the other one when it's sitting right there in front of you? So yes, Harry Connick Jr. is as entertaining as he always is with his holiday albums. And finally, on the 12th day of Christmas, the CD played by me was A Smooth Jazz Christmas by Dave Koz and Friends. And as with Neil Diamond, there was actually a Dave Koz holiday album, a different one though, in the cassette haul that Sue gave me, and then this was in her the box of holiday CDs that she gave me. This one is very, very entertaining since I put it at the front of at the end of this list of stuff. He has quite a few guest artists on here, mostly jazz, fellow jazz instrumentalists. David Benoit, a pianist. Rick Braun, who is a saxophonist or a trumpetist, I can't remember. But he also has Kenny Loggins, Brenda Russell, and Peter White on here. So yes, 14 tracks on here. So it's a loaded album with a bunch of fun stuff. He does a couple of medleys here. A Smooth Jazz Christmas Overture starts off the album with Let It Snow, Winter Wonderland, What Child Is This, Jingle Bells, Santa Claus Is Coming to Town, and lots of kind of an equal mix of the more subdued carols and the upbeat, fun holiday songs. So yes, this was just a very, very enjoyable album, I've got to say, as you would expect, since I put it at the end of this countdown. So yay, I was actually remembered to do the numbers more often than not in this countdown. I need to think up a scheme to remind myself to do that this time by the time next Christmas rolls around. So anyway, okay, there was a comment in my live chat, but it's one of those spam bots. Darn those spam bots anyway. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this holiday video, episode 2 of 2. Yes, I will be probably Sunday, and it might be Sunday afternoon. It's probably not going to be Sunday evening. I will try to put up a notice as soon as I can, as soon as I schedule it. I will be doing on Sunday my bargain bag wrap-up. The big wrap-up for my bargain bag video. I will break down all 28 of the CDs that most of which I had to listen to. There are a few that I already have. And I will probably go ahead and open the first of the new bargain bags, the post-skips era of bargain bags. So yes, that will be coming Sunday afternoon. I will post a placeholder, I guess is what the word is, for the YouTube live stream as soon as I schedule it, and make a pretty little thumbnail for the video and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly did. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. I hope you are having a good holiday season. Can you believe it? Christmas Eve is tomorrow, and Christmas is the next day. Funny how that works, huh? Anyway, that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, hit that like button and share it with your friends, and give me your thoughts, questions, suggestions, or constructive criticisms in the comment section below. Also, scroll down to the description for the links to my Twitter and Instagram feeds, and links to my favorite fellow YouTubers who are all worth checking out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and browse my past videos. And excuse me, and be sure to ring that notifications bell so you'll be the first to know each time I drop a new video, or live stream as it were. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you Sunday afternoon probably. Have a great and wonderful and happy and safe holiday, everyone. And remember, life's too short to be a music snob. See ya.